Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope everyone's doing good. It's your boy Rakeem. I'm back here again with another episode with Unpacked. And today I'm in Myriad Studios here filming. Just to let everyone know, if you do decide to want to come and film here, the brothers have been looking after me. So yeah, make sure you go and check that out on Google's. And today's guest, I've got today's guest who's here to tell her story, how she's got into forced marriage at a very young age, at 16, from experiencing essays, from experiencing mental health, and from also going through how she's actually escaped from back home to eventually coming back here, and what her relationship has been like, and how this relationship has affected between her and her family. So today I'm going to introduce Sumaia. Did I say that right?
Yes.
I got it. I got it this time. I got it. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for coming out and taking time out to do this episode with me. And I know it's not an easy, topic to discuss. And I commend you for being brave to actually come out and speak to me about this. So what I usually like to do is, before we get into the whole nitty and gritty, excuse me, I would like to get into your upbringing, what your upbringing was like. So talk to me.
I think I had a semi-normal childhood, if that makes sense. One thing was that we did move around a lot from school to school, from area to area, from city to city as well. So yeah, I think that's what happened. I think I finished year 5, primary school year 5 in the UK, and that's when my family moved to Egypt.
Okay, cool. And did your family move to Egypt? Was this for, for better life, or was this maybe those family members that were already living over there?
So initially, we went for a holiday. However, my mum's mother, my grandma, used to live there. And so my mum wanted to visit her mother, whom she hadn't visited in a decade nearly or so. So we first visited Egypt as a holiday. And then a few weeks into our stay, my mum decided, oops, we're going to live here now.
Okay, so guys were already over there and you didn't even come back. So from a holiday, you just decided to stay there.
Yes.
And how old were you? You said you was in year 5.
And then we went on holiday during that summer. So I was supposed to come back and do year 6 and sit my SATs. Honestly, I cried. I was like, oh my God, please, like, can we just go back and can I just do my year 6 and then we can move out here? I just want to finish. Like, I just wanted to accomplish something for the first time because I've never done like 2 years in a row in school.
Right.
So it would have been an achievement for me. So I was just like, Mom, can we just please go back? And I just want to do my SATs and can we come back? Like, we could come back to Egypt next summer. Like, I don't mind, but I just wanted to do this. And she was like, no, we're staying now.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I got chucked into Al-Azhar. I did my first year there.
What's that?
So it's like a really Islamic school.
Yeah.
And they teach all in Arabic. All of the lessons, there's only English is taught in English. Everything else is Arabic. So you learn the religion, you learn Quran, you learn history, geography, everything in Arabic. And not knowing Arabic, yeah, I was getting beats in school day in, day out. It was horrible.
I mean, I know one thing. Yemen and Egypt are really well known for, especially for people that want to get close to the Deen, learn Arabic as well. But with getting into school, and mind you, you're not just there to learn Arabic and the Deen. You got to learn all these lessons in Arabic. So was it not like you had to learn Arabic first before you started getting into these lessons, or were you just put head in straight away?
I was just thrown head first into the whole school situation. Should I give you a funny story?
Yeah, chat to, yeah.
I think I wasn't even in school for 2 days or 3 days, less than a week. The teacher decides, oh my God, it's a test, a quiz. And he puts the paper down. So far, all I know in Arabic is I don't know. And there's like two phrases. There's the Ammiya version, which is like the Egyptian dialect version.
Yeah.
And there's the Fusha version, the actual way of saying it in Arabic.
Right.
I decided to put both versions on the piece of paper, feeling hella smug because this is the only thing that I genuinely know. I'm like, yeah, I'm really happy. لا أعرف مش عارفة لا أعرف مش عارفة. Like, I'm just writing it down. I'm hella smug. I'm thinking, yeah, good work, Sumaia. Like, you put in well. Like, I'm thinking I'm proud. I give the paper away. The teacher looks at it, looks back at me, and he slaps me right across the face. Like, literally, I had a handprint on my face for a good 5 days.
Whoa.
Yeah, he thought I was.
And do you know what it is? And this is 3 days in. No, they are moving crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And this is during normal lessons. It's not even Islamic lessons or.
This is Arabic.
This is Arabic.
This is Arabic. Like, it's not even Quran. Like, if you don't, like, you would get like a little half a page of Quran for you to learn. And if you didn't memorize it and be able to read it off the top of your head, they would beat you. That you would get physical beats.
And this is proper beating.
There's a whole stick.
Yeah.
There's a whole stick, and you put your hand up. You don't put your hand up, your body's getting Sometimes you get chased down. I was running. They chase you down the corridors. They don't know mercy.
Oh wow, that is mad. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're in Egypt. How long was you there for? Like,
I was in Egypt from 2004 to 2009.
So you were there from like 11 up until like 15, 16.
15.
15, 16. Do you know how to speak Arabic now?
Yeah, شوية.
Oh, شوية كله تمام. Okay, we're getting.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. You know, what I was gonna say was, so you've come back to the UK at 15, 16 years old.
No.
Okay.
So 15, 16, I was taken to Somalia.
Straight from there.
So, okay, I did stay in Egypt till I was 15, 16. However, I was taken out of school when I was in year 8.
Okay.
Year 8. So I didn't get to go to school after year 8, year 9, year 10, nothing. And then I was homeschooled for a little bit. And then after that, they shipped me off to Somalia.
Okay. And go on.
And then I was forced into a marriage with a guy.
So this is really where things like really start for you.
Yeah.
And it was already so much to take on when you were in Egypt, not even going back. So, and the thing is, one of the things that a lot of kids and even youngsters like really suffer from is they think they're going to go somewhere on a holiday, and next thing you know, it's not a holiday. Now it's a permanent stay. Did you feel like that was the plan all along, or was that just from what you've observed, knowing that you was in Egypt for that many years? I understand your mom wanted to see her mom, which is your grandma, but staying there, and then what was the reason now, going
Somalia?
to Somalia? Yeah.
Well, so basically initially it was, so I didn't know anything to begin with. The whole situation came by because I was getting beats in school because I didn't speak Arabic, and I was struggling with all of the different things, if that makes sense. So because of that, they decided, oh, she's struggling with school, she must be interested in other things. So then they took me out of school, started teaching me how to cook and clean and just like do house things, if that makes sense, grooming, take care of the kids, babysit, this, that, the third. So once they already kind of set that up, me not knowing, my dad came down to Egypt, and apparently he was like, oh, it's your birthday coming up, let's go to Dubai, like get you like I got you a little laptop, like it was like a little birthday present type of situation. Let's go Dubai, get you abayas, like gold, like if that makes sense. So we went to Dubai and things was okay. I celebrated my birthday. He gifted me a brand new laptop, brand new phone, got my shopping done. And then next thing I know, a few days later, we were supposed to go back to Egypt, and he was like, "Oh no, I've got like a little business trip up in Somalia, so I'm gonna quickly go do that. So let's go do that." So we get to Somalia, and once we get to Somalia, he says, "Oh, so I'm gonna have to stay here for a bit longer. So I'm gonna put you lot. I've enrolled you lot into the school, so you lot need to start school."
And all this time, was Momsy aware of this? Did she know that you went from Dubai to Somalia?
She was aware of that. However, communications then, like once we got to Somalia, was very severely limited.
So your mom didn't contact you as much as soon as you got over
I
there?
couldn't contact my mother.
And was that because
my dad was very manipulative, so he would be like, your mom's busy, your mom's this, your mom doesn't want you, and it was like a whole other thing where nobody wants you, basically nobody loves you, you are a problem.
And when you, because he gifted you with a laptop and a phone as well, did you at any point try to maybe get hold of Momsy, or was it one of those where, okay, my dad is telling me this now and it must be true, like my dad saying that? Did you get that kind of energy from your mom, that your mom never wanted you or never, and did you try to get hold of her?
My mom was strict.
Right.
So I used to get beats, if that makes sense. So thinking of like from that perspective as that child back then, I didn't feel like I was loved, if that makes sense.
I got you.
So with everything that was going on, mind you, this is 2010. There is barely any Wi-Fi. We're in Somalia. Everything is secluded. So the only phone calls that you're getting through is through a paid number. And who has money to put on the phone?
Yeah.
Not you.
Yeah.
The parent does. So my communication was always severely lacking. And when I did speak to my mom, it was under observation, a 30-second type of thing. Hi, Hoya, how you doing? You're right. Good, good. Okay, Hoya, I love you. All right, bye.
And with the phone, when you were back home, for example, like you said, you couldn't top up or anything like that. Of course, you were young as well. Like I don't expect you to
foreign
even have.
world, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
You don't know nobody. All you do is go straight from school back to the house, and then even in that time frame, you are being supervised, monitored 24/7.
I was gonna ask you that, yeah. And you get picked up from the house, you get dropped off. There's like these little mini buses, right? Okay.
No, my dad used to walk us.
Oh, your dad actually used to. Oh, okay. Because I do remember, but this is, maybe time has changed, because I was there like 4 years ago, and not actually less than that, but they used to pick up these kids, especially kids that were from abroad, all in a bus, all get picked up from the houses and all get dropped off. So in terms of so it was like a 30-second conversation with your mom, and it was just like how
always supervised.
So even when you were speaking to your mom, your dad was present at all times.
Phone was on loudspeaker.
Yeah, I see where this is going. Yeah. And did you notice anything at that point? Did you still thought, okay, my mom doesn't care about me?
No. Do you know what it is? I grew up with my mom as a single mother. She raised us, took us to school, fed us, cleaned us, everything. My dad was just dipping in and out. So I never got to meet him as a individual, adult, parent, whatever you want to call it. That was my first time. And he already had beaten me severely multiple times with the time frame that I was with him for 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
In those 2 to 3 weeks, in that short space of time?
Yeah.
And, oh, subhanAllah.
I don't even remember that. Like, I had a conversation with my brother recently, and he was there at the time, and he had to like remind me and be like, Sumaia, you do realize you were getting beats. We were in a hotel, and my dad, like, he like kicked my brother out, and then it was me and my brother in the room. No, it was me and my dad in the room, and he was beating me black and blue, and I was screaming, and people were coming out of their hotel rooms asking what was going on, and my brother was just there like
And he's outside
outside
the door.
can't do nothing because he was a lot younger than me as well.
Subhanallah. Did this at this point feel like, did you start seeing the true colors in your pops at that point?
No,
Take your time.
no, you know,
Mm.
I was very gullible and I was a very naive child. And honestly, I still saw the best in him because I was like, he's my father at the end of the day. And when it's your own parents subjecting you to that, how would you know any different? I didn't grow up with anything different for me to know there was something wrong or this was not right.
Did you also think when you were dealing with up 2 to 3 weeks, you know,
that the situation would get worse? No, didn't think of it.
No.
And then one day after school, randomly, I come home. There's a guy sitting in the Somalia has like a little front lawn porch. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah.
He was sat there, and him and my dad was there. Me and my brother came back from school, and as soon as I came into the house, I remember my brother and my dad. My brother came in and he was like, "Oh, what's going on?" type of thing. And my dad was like, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." And he dragged my brother out of the house and he left me in the house with a random man.
Whose house is this?
The house my dad rented.
Rented, and you didn't even know this guy? Was he a lot? Not that this question even matters, but actually it does in a way. But was he a lot older than you? Was he?
Yeah, he's 9, 10 years older than me.
And you've never met this guy before?
I've never met him in real life, but a few months prior, while I was in Egypt, my dad did bring up getting married to an older man. I did say no at the time as well, and I did say to him, my dad, like, I want to go to school, like, I want to get my GCSEs, and this is something I'm interested. I just want to do the same thing my cousins are doing, the same thing the girls my age are doing from across, like, I had neighbors that were same age as me, I had cousins that were same age as me, so why not? Anyways, so he gave that guy my email address, and I got an inbox, a really long email to say, "Hi Sumaia, I'm interested in marrying you, whatnot, the third." I didn't even reply back to it.
This was the email. Yeah. And you didn't reply back. And this is why you were in Egypt, of course. Yeah. Did you at any point when I'm assuming you told your dad I wasn't interested in this, and he still went ahead and tried to convince you. And do you feel like this was his motive all along, bringing you back home as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get into that part, if you don't mind me asking, experiencing all this, take your time, it's fine. Experiencing all this, beating in such a short space, and do you feel like there was any particular reason for that? Did you feel like, I don't think there should be any reason to begin with, but what could his reason have been?
Well, say when I was like 11 years old, when we first moved to Egypt, I started having anxiety, panic attacks. Just having anxious, panicky feeling, and then losing consciousness. And then it turned into a thing where I ended up losing consciousness out in public. Was taken to the hospital. My vitals were taken, everything. They said I was perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with my body, whatnot. One of the doctors pulled my mom aside and was like, Sumaia needs, like, I think she needs some help with her mental, like something's going on.
How old was she at this point?
11.
11. Okay, so this is from early, yeah.
This is from early.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody took that serious.
Yeah.
It was like, the one thing that they did take from that was like Sumaia wants attention. Sumaia's attention seeking. Everything she's doing is attention seeking. So they kind of, whatever I was struggling with, they took it and then made it into a negative impact.
Mm.
And then I think the first time I and then I was having issues with my mental.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of made the whole situation worse.
So get your tissue.
Yes,
Get your
please.
tissue.
My bad. I'm hella emotional. Thank you.
You're doing very well.
Okay.
You're doing very well. I got you. I think in our culture, especially, um, you know, that the mental health, or you know, the so-called kibir bahaya, or he's just acting up, or she's just acting up. You know, we don't take that serious, especially like here. I don't know like how it is back home. Is, you know, you get raised different from the beginning, so you get used to a lot of things. But when you come from us, like where we are like raised, you know, you're right. This is not something a lot of parents take into consideration. Small things as such as ADHD, you know, little things like that. You know, Freddie, so you know, go and sit down. Why are you moving around too much? You know, all these. So when you were saying you were dealing, you had signs of like, you know, struggling from mental health at a very young age. Your mom and the family and etc. never took that into consideration. Okay. And with your dad, was this just out of nowhere, just coming and beating you up for no reason?
I think my dad only ever came around like once a year for like a week, a couple of weeks tops. And in that time frame, he would just be disciplining, if that makes sense. So as much as like we were used to getting a bit of a present and whatnot, we were already like, we knew there were rules,
Yeah. And you never
and he
got.
was very controlling. So
Mm,
if you did not do what he said, it would. And then he would also manipulate. He would manipulate you regardless.
mm. And so, one point you come home, um, you and your brother come home, and this is in Somalia. So he's sitting at the front porch. You guys, he drags your little brother away, and he says, "We have to go. We have to go." Um, Elaborate more going on from there, like how things occurred. So you see this guy in the house.
I tried to go into my bedroom before he left, before my dad left.
Mm,
But he was like, "Where are you going? Come sit down, have a conversation. This is da da da." I'm being, huh? And he's like, "This is the guy." And then he points out the guy that was emailing me. And then he takes my brother and he's like, "Let's go, let's go." And then he just drags my brother out.
what happened from there?
I sat down. I sat down, um, tried to socialize a little bit, didn't talk much. He was trying to talk.
And you were 16 at this point. Hmm. And what did he say? Like,
I don't remember. And this is like 10, this is 15 years ago at this
mm,
point.
mm,
he was trying to really like lay on this shokansi thing, if that makes sense. And honestly, I just like hella flirting, which I found really weird and really cringe. And this is my first time actually like fully flirting. Hearing a grown ass man flirt, if that makes sense.
You're not even familiar with this, yeah.
And honestly, I ended up going into the room and just locking my door after a bit. And my dad came home. He left, and my dad came home. And my dad got angry at me because I left him alone. A few days later, I come back from school again, me and my brother. My dad sat there. He's got my mom on the phone. And he's screaming, Dua Mr. Habar. You married this man now.
So do you want me to curse you or bless you? You either marry him or you don't marry him, but either way.
And I think my mom was against it. But he didn't let her speak too much, and he hung up on her. And I was like, can I speak to my mom? I really want to speak to my mom. But he wouldn't let me. And he was like, either you get cursed or you either marry this man. There's no two ways about it. I want to go back to England. Don't even think about it. That is something that you will never be doing.
You actually made that clear that you're never going to go back.
You made that very clear. And then I cried myself to sleep that night. Next day, some Edo from the Qabil side came, took me wedding shopping, got me ready. And I was married off to the guy in the next 24 hours after that. I think that's what happened.
So she took your marriage shopping and got you.
Yep.
And this is without you actually agreeing on anything.
I was just given an ultimatum,
a
curse or a blessing. I don't know, and the way we're raised, being Muslim and then being Somali. Oh, you can't say no to the walid, to the parent. You can't you gotta respect them. All of this, all of that. Having no autonomy for yourself. So yeah, of course.
The thing
I
is,
chose
what
I was taught to have chosen.
You thought, if I don't listen, then this is what's gonna happen.
I felt like regardless if I said yes or no, it would have still happened. I didn't have an actual choice in it.
But, that's the thing that a lot of our parents, when I say parents, I'm speaking for all the parents, especially in our culture, not taking into consideration how their child feels. If it's, for example, if they say, no, you're not allowed to marry. Let's say you wanted to marry someone, hypothetically, get married to someone, and they said no. That's a sin. You're stopping someone from a blessing, right? But if they say marry this person and you're personally not happy with marrying this person and you're not down for that, you shouldn't be forced into this. And is that a sin to force your child into, something that, especially something big as this? Mind you, you was young, you're a child. Like, I can remember like my nephew being 16 and the things as a guy he used to do and how his mindset was and etc. So I can't even imagine this. But for back home, a lot of people think 16 is very big. But that's because of how they get raised. They get raised into a woman very quickly, if you know what I mean. You see like an 8 or 9 year old looking after the house or cleaning or taking these little ones. So, I mean, I can't even imagine, just for you to go through that and pretty much being given an ultimatum to make this happen. So auntie takes you for shopping for wedding. What happened next? Is it for the wedding or was this for an engagement or?
I think the engagement happened at some point already.
Mm-hmm.
And the wedding was supposed to happen in the evening, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Or was it the day? I don't remember. It was like a day in between, I think. The engagement happened earlier, and I think that's when I was that's when I found out, and I was like really just absolutely out of it, like heartbroken. I was like, what the hell?
Mm.
And then the wedding happened on the 1st of January 2010.
That's when the wedding happened. So this is actually a proper wedding. Like you got the white dress on, you got the.
I think I had a pink dress on or something. It was like a bridal dress. I
And
did some Somali white powder, mad makeup. It was a mad thing. There was pictures at some point as well. They did a whole celebration, honestly. But I was crying the whole time around. I was really not happy.
was
I
you?
didn't know a single person
Mm.
in the wedding. It was just weird. I didn't have my family. I didn't have my sisters. I didn't have my mom.
And you was actually crying, and at the actual.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how people could actually, go through all of this and make this happen knowing that the person is not happy. It's just.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but women back home or women, I don't know. Are they not educated enough? Are they not educated enough? But a lot of them tend to think this is what a woman is for, basically, and that she's meant to get married and she's meant to have a child and she's meant to, not knowing that people have choices.
Mm, mm. I think that's pretty normal as well back home. You're right, because you hear it so many times, even as a joke or as banter, where people say, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give you my daughter," or "Yeah, I've got a really nice daughter for you, one of my daughters. I'll let you marry her and stuff." So it is really normal where they just give two individuals to each other, and it's normal, and it just happens really quick as well. It's not even let's get to know each other, let's get none of that. It's just straight head in. So you got married, and then you ended up being pregnant. um take me from there, like how things occurred from there.
Um, I got married. My dad disappeared, left me in Somalia by myself. Him and my brother, he took my brother down to Kenya and they left me. Um, I ended up pregnant in Somalia by myself.
Mhm.
I contacted my mother for the first time and I told her I was pregnant.
And
I couldn't tell her much at the time
mm,
because I was scared. I was scared that she would be like, "Oh no, he's your husband."
mm,
So I I lied. I said, "Mom, he physically hurts me. He
mm,
physically beats me."
mm,
And my mom was like, "What? He's putting hands on you and you're pregnant?" I said, "Yes." My mom booked me a flight back home. And that's how I got back to the UK.
Mm.
I continued my pregnancy, and I had my child here in the UK.
Mashallah. And how old is he now?
He is 14 years old, turning 15 next month.
Oh, mashallah, mashallah. Allah Mubarak. So you've come back to the UK, and everything was fine between you and mom and everyone. Mainly with you and mom, was everything?
Me and mom, it was rocky, but it was okay.
Yeah.
I was staying with her, and it was okay. My dad came back, and things kind of went left from that point forward.
He came back to the UK.
Yeah, he has a thing for control,
Mhm.
and his thing was like, if you're not gonna be staying in my house doing nothing. You're either gonna be in education or you're either gonna be working, and you're too young to be working. So if you're living in my house, you need to be in education. I'm 6 months pregnant now. He forces me to go to college, to go study the O levels, GCSEs, all of that.
So you had to, okay. And
the school year starts in September. I give birth in November. I'm struggling. I already have mental health issues already going on. Plus a
this is year
baby.
11?
This is year 11, 12.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'm struggling. I can't do anything. I started skipping college. My parents found out. Oh, you're skipping college. What the hell? Oh my God, this, that, the third. We're going to take you back to Somalia. Oh, they didn't even do it like that. Wait. They lied to me. They said, oh, it seems like you're struggling and whatnot, the third. So we feel like you need a holiday. So let's take you down to South Africa so you can take a little bit of a break from the UK and whatnot. And then also we'll pop by in Somalia because the baby needs to see his father. At this point, I already thought that I asked for it. So as soon as I gave birth to the baby, no, wait. Rewind. During my pregnancy, I told them I wanted a divorce. They said to me, Islamically, a woman who's pregnant is not able to ask for a divorce. So once you have your baby, ask for the divorce then, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Okay, cool. I had the baby. I asked for my divorce. I said, I want a divorce now. My parents called him up. They told him. He was like, okay, I need to hear Sumaia say it. He speaks to me. Is that what you want? I said, yes, I want a divorce. 17-year-old me, naive, dumbass me, thought that's how divorces were to go. I thought, yay, I'm divorced. I don't have no man on my ass. Unbeknownst to me, that is not how things go. And I was not divorced. Although the family told me I was divorced. Now, a few months later, they're telling me the baby needs to see its father, which is a whole ruse, and they're trying to get me back into Somalia so that they can throw me back to this man. I get back to Somalia. 1 + 1 = 2. My mom comes down with me and my siblings. Long story short, they tell me I need to go to another city because the heat's too much in the specific city that we was at. So it's me and my son. So they were like, for the baby's sake, go to the other city and we'll be after you a few days, tops a few days. We're just going to we're going to just finish up a few things and then we're going to come right to where you are. I believe them. Again. I go there. I call them 5 days later. Randomly, early morning, I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, where are you? Hi, how you doing? And she's loud. She's like proper being loud on the phone. Hi, Sumaia, are you okay? Ha. I'm like, Mom, where are you? Can you guess where my mom is? She's at the airport flying back to London. I am now left in Somalia for the second time by my Jack Jones again.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Now I'm looking left and I'm looking around. I'm thinking, nah, this ain't it. Now they're telling me the house that I went to is the man's house. And he's in the capital city. He's just going to come back in a week. I think, huh?
Oh, you didn't even know it was his house.
I didn't even know it was my mum's house. Now, a week comes by. Now, he was gone for I think he was gone for 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, I started working at some nursery, just trying to make a bit of living, keep myself busy, whatnot. The third, taking care of my child. I'm just trying to keep my head down, basically. He comes 2 weeks later. Things just go left, if that makes sense. And I'm trying to tell him we're divorced. I don't know what you're on. And he right then and there tells me, divorce where? You're still my wife. So yeah, that went left.
And it's the same guy that actually did say, yeah, I'm, who agreed to divorce you, but he just didn't go the right way about it. It was just verbally.
Now, I didn't say anything. Next morning, he comes that night. Things go left. I said no. Anyways, next morning I wake up. He's salty. I've got my baby. He tries to come at me, and then he ends up hitting me with my baby on my hip. And I think that's when I just said, nope, this is not happening. Not with my baby. So I called up one of my cousins to be like, hey sis, this is what's going on. Can we please call my family and tell them what's going on? So I go to her. We call up my family members. Nobody wants to pick up the phone. So we end up calling her father, who's my dad's cousin. And once he heard what was going on, he was like, that can no longer run. Call up one of your other cousins and go bring Sumaia from the house. So we decided we're going to go back to the house, pack up whatever little things that I've been using over the last couple of weeks, get it ready for when our other cousin comes to pick us up. I go back to the house. His mum was babysitting. His mum called him up, and within 5-10 minutes, as soon as I finished packing things up and we're leaving the house, he literally is it's like a whole road.
This is the part where he's driving up, really, really mad.
Yeah.
And was he driving at you, or?
So it's like a main road. So it's I can see him just driving up the main road. Also, there's another road. So it's like a T section type of thing. So there's another road coming from that side. So one of my cousins is slowly coming down the road from down here. I can see them. As this cousin's coming closer, I just see from the bottom of the road just a car speeding, noises. I look left, I make eye contact, I see it's him. Honestly, I give my baby away because I already know what's coming. It's not the first time he's put hands on me. I give the baby away and I literally just try to run away from him. He comes out of the car flying, fly kicks me. I hit the ground, knock my head on, I hit my head on the rock. I lose consciousness. I come back to see my cousin and him playing tug of war on my child. I think that's when I got up, tried to grab my child, gave it to the cousin, tried to I couldn't even do that. It was like a whole situation. It turned into a whole commotion. So once they gave me an ultimatum again that day, they said to me, either you have two choices. You can either go back into that house with your child or you can leave without your child. And I chose the latter.
You chose to, of course, stay because you're not going to leave your child.
No, I left actually.
Oh, you left, you mean? Okay.
I left because I saw what that man did to his mom. He slapped his mom right in front of me. Right in front of my cousin. if he's beating his mum like that,
Yeah,
what
I
do you say for
understand.
me?
Yeah. I want the viewers to really understand like what's really going on here, and that, you know, when there is red flags and you see these kind of things happen, and especially knowing when someone doesn't even respect their own family members, including their mom and etc. I want you guys to really understand, because there's a lot of young girls who actually do suffer from this and are going through this or are being sent back home without their consent, and been lied to so many times. And one thing that they don't understand is that they could potentially lose this relationship that they have with their child. Your child one day is going to grow up and is going to get to a stage where they can speak up, they can defend themselves, they can make decisions for themselves. So I want parents who are actually really, watching this to really take this in consideration, because taking your kid back home without their consent, number one, and then on top of that, putting them into a marriage that they don't want to be put in, could really affect this person's mental health, like Sumaia here has been actually talking about. And but yeah, carry on, please. Sorry.
Okay, so after that ultimatum, honestly, I was sent to Somaliland, Hargeisa. I spent the summer there, and I was staying with a family member, my dad's brother's wife, who's not a nice human being.
Okay.
She was also being very manipulative, lying between me and my parents, making sure that I couldn't get in contact with my mom, telling them stories, lying about me, telling them that I'm a nuisance, that I'm a bad influence on her children.
What would be some of the things that she made up, like in terms of lies?
Sumaia is a sukhad. Sumaia is megala de marisa. Sumaia dat kodana yakhana.
Okay.
As a Somali girl, it's like, why you outside type of shit.
Yeah.
And I really went outside. I was at my friend's house, but not outside.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're outside. Like, it was little things that my family already knew, like, I had an issue with. I'm a talkative person. I socialize a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how I am. So it's like taking that and then making it seem really bad, saying, oh, the boys know Sumaia. There must be a reason why all the boys know Sumaia. Oh my God, this, that, the third, if that makes sense. So that was what it was. And it got to the point where after being there for 3 months and then them lot just getting all of this information, that apparently I got told by my cousin, not my cousin, but see the auntie that I was staying with, her niece, told me, hey, Smeya, I heard my mom and auntie speaking, and they were speaking about you and your dad. And I was like, okay. And she was like, so basically your dad is apparently sick and tired of your antics and your behaviors. And he said, oh, she didn't learn her lesson the first time. So this time around, I will be taking her down to South Somalia and be marrying her off to Al-Shabaab.
Wow.
I think that was my wake-up call. That was my
I was about to
alarms
say the
ringing.
turning point for you must have been that.
That was it. And over that course of the last few months, like the last 3 months, I was learning about the British Embassy, the consulate, what can they help you with? Where is it? How do I get there? How do I maneuver around Somaliland? Where is the bus stops? Where is this? How do I talk to this person? Let me save up money. That's what I was doing the last 3 months.
And in terms of the you've had a few documents on you and stuff like that, such as like
I just had my
provisional
purse.
But what about, sorry?
I just had my purse with my national insurance number, with my driver's provisional license, my library card. I think I had a Birmingham bus pass.
Okay.
I had like bits and pieces to say that I lived in the UK.
But what about in terms of like, because when you find out, oh, okay, this is what my dad is trying to do again, get me to marry this person, and you now started, of course, planning your escape.
Yeah.
Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
You didn't have your passport at this point,
No.
so all this time your dad had your passport?
Yeah.
Okay, so he literally confiscated. Okay, I got you.
I didn't have no passport, no nothing.
Okay, so you're in Hargeisa.
Yes.
And now you're planning your escape. You're saving up money.
I wasn't planning, but I was just in case, if that makes sense.
Yeah, got you.
I was learning.
Okay, cool.
You have to be aware of things for things to maybe work, if that makes sense.
I got you.
You need to have a plan, option B. So I was just like looking around, and I also met like a lot of people during that time frame that were going through a lot of difficult things. So we would have conversations, and we would like fantasize, maybe dream about how do we exit this and how do we do that. So I think I was the only one who decided to sit down and actually make a plan out of it.
So for them it was more of a fantasy, but for you it was more like, I need to.
Yeah, because I did call them up. I was like, you ready to do this journey? Are you ready? And everybody was ghosting. Everybody's ghosting. I was like, all right, cool. What? By myself, Jack Jones, I got this. Don't worry. I'm not trying to. I know where I'm running from. I can't go back there.
And what do you have to lose, by the way? Do you get what I mean? So
a lot, to be honest. But
like, I mean, in terms of, to take that chance, I know probably if you did fail at that point, and alhamdulillah you didn't, in terms of your plan. So
honestly, God knows what would have happened either way. I just said, you know what? This cannot be worse than this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when you already know what you're running away from, and I did not want to go back to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No how, no way. So I was like, I'd rather.
Of course, you had your son over there. Sorry, I didn't even.
No, it's fine. I fully get it. But like for me at that point, it was, I can't go back. Because if I go back, what am I going back to?
Got you.
Abuse.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. No, when I said, you've got nothing to lose, I didn't even take your son into consideration. So, my apology, because this story is so very, very a sensitive topic. You started analyzing everything, bus stops, you started saving up money, and you're telling the people that you were in contact with, hey, are you guys ready to do this? They weren't. So you said that, you know what, I'm going to do this myself. And how did this journey start for you?
Okay, so everything started after that phone call. I got that cousin to confirm to me when the flight was supposed to be for my dad. I also found out that 24 hours before my dad's flight, the auntie that I was staying with was going back to London as well. So I had a 24-hour frame of nobody in the house, if that makes sense. So I had to make sure I was clear and gone in those 24 hours, and nobody knew where to look for me. And because I didn't have everything set up, and I was kind of scared, and this is before I even called up people to be like, hey, you're doing this with me, I decided to go to so I'm in Hargeisa. I was really scared. I needed to go get out of the city, but I wasn't ready to go to the British consulate. I wasn't ready to go towards Ethiopia. So I remember a few months ago, some of the girls that I stayed with in Garowe, after I had run away from the other situation, they were like, we have a sister who lives in Ethiopia. And I said, I need help. I told them the situation. I told them, this is what's going on after I left you lot. This is what my life was at. And now this is what I'm dealing with. I can't stay here. I need to go to the embassy. I need to go to the consulate. I can't do this no more. Gotcha. So they were like, okay, we've got a sister that lives in Addis Ababa. We're going to get her to come down to you to the border, pick you up and take you to the consulate straight. So I was like, okay, cool. They were like, come stay with us for the few days that the sister's going to come down to the border. So I stayed with them for like 4 or 5 days. And then once the sister was making her way down to the border, I made my way down to the border to meet the sister as well. So, and then came back from Garowe. I made my way back down to Hargeisa, which is like, I don't remember how many hours it is between. This has been like 10, 15 years now. I think it's like 6, 7 hours. maybe
from
a
Hargeisa
little
to
bit.
Getaway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, or maybe a little bit more, 8 hours. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. And then from Hargeisa to Wachale, maybe another 6 hours.
Yeah, Wachala is a bit, yeah. From Hargeisa to Wachala, yeah, it's about 3 hours something.
See,
But
I
yeah.
don't remember it.
No, it's all right.
But
yeah.
so made my way down to the border to Wachale, and then just walked over to the border to Ethiopia. Went to the hotel on the other side, met the sister, and she had a guy with her.
Okay.
That was a red flag.
And this is where things really also took a little nasty, well, not a little nasty, but it was a nasty turn. But talk to me, yeah.
So
was this sister actually pretending that she was actually here to help you?
I don't know if the sister was being stupid, dunce on purpose, or whether
Or
she
dumb.
knew, or I don't know, and I can't say nothing about her. However, like, I'll just leave her to God, if that makes sense. But her man was very predatory, very, and a rapist, not gonna lie. Anyways, it started off with trying to touch me. I would move away. It was disgusting, if that makes sense. I would try to avoid as much as I could.
Are we talking about her, or are we talking about the guy that she was with? Was she married to this guy? Or?
No, her boyfriend, apparently.
Okay. Is she our people's?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know about that. But okay, cool. So, and was this happening whenever she wasn't? Was she there? I mean.
Yeah, she brought him.
No, I'm saying, whenever this guy was making advances
apparently
towards
she
you.
was sleeping or something.
Okay.
And then, as I said, he was very predatory.
Okay. I thought you meant she was very
no,
my bad.
She, I don't know if she, as I said, I don't know if she was.
Yeah, I got you.
Stupid, not with it. I don't know how to say it, if that makes sense. But like, it is what it is. Like, he was very predatory, if that makes sense. And then it turned into a thing where we would sleep in the same area of the room, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They would sleep on this side, I would sleep on that side. He will try to get up and try to come to my side, like in the middle of the night. It's just weird as hell, if that makes sense. I was on alert 24/7 until we got back to their place, which is like outside of, like a 30 minutes outside of Addis Ababa, the capital city. We get there. This is after a 3 days long journey on the road, me paying everything as well. Like, they didn't pay anything. I had to pay for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, whatnot. You're helping me. I get it.
Jamaica, coming close to the mic. It's okay.
Sorry, I was like, okay, cool. You're not helping. Like, okay, cool. I'll pay for everything, but you're also being predatory towards me. It was horrible.
Cool. How old was you at this point?
I am 17.
17. I don't know why it just feels like, like a couple of years later, but it's just like the fact that there's so much for me to even take on myself. It's, I feel you, I hear you. So what happens next with how did you, you staying with...
I don't even want to get into what happened next.
Cool.
We get back into the city. We get back to theirs. Mazzolini happens. I try to avoid them as much as I can. They're trying to prolong me getting to the embassy. They're trying to say tomorrow, the day after. Oh my God, we don't have time. They're just trying to like push me off of it, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
And I was like, no. Especially after the man just violated my thing a couple of hours earlier, and now telling me no.
Yeah.
I said no. I was like, we're leaving right now. We're leaving now. And then I was like, you want me to call your sister now? I'm calling her, and just like, you're not taking me. What is this? The deal was you take me to the embassy. And as they take me to the embassy, we get to so basically we come into the city. They book a hotel for the night. I said, that's fine, cool. We wake up early in the morning and they take me to the embassy. I left my little bag I left my little bag in the hotel, which had at least like $300 left in there, and 3 pairs of change of clothes. Nothing else. I take my wallet with me. I go into the embassy, stay there for the whole day because they needed me to retell the story once, twice, 3 times, just to make sure like I'm not lying or making up anything. They corroborated the story like with all of the medical records and all of the information and whatnot. And then they said to me, okay, cool, we're gonna help you. We're gonna get the forced marriage unit involved, and we're gonna also try to get you emergency passport and a ticket back home. And we're also gonna book you a place to stay for the next couple of days. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was glad that I was getting the help that I needed. And so I ended up trying to go back to the hotel to go get my little bag with my little essentials in it. Nowhere to be found. They robbed me.
What, the stuff was nowhere to be found, or
They were nowhere to be found,
they weren't even there?
along with my bag.
Okay. So
along with my little belongings that I had.
Man, so they literally disappeared with your stuff as well.
Yeah.
And what about your clothes?
That's it.
They took that as well?
They took it as well. And I didn't have a lot. All I had was like 3 pairs of change of clothes. That's all I had.
SubhanAllah.
So all I was left with was whatever I was wearing, and that was it. The embassy got me somewhere to sleep. They helped me out with the paperwork and stuff. I randomly met some Somali guy that was from London. He helped me out. He gave me a bit of money. He also got me his cousin to take me shopping with the bit of money so that I got like another pair of change of clothes. And yeah, and that's how I made it back to England.
So, wow. And then there was also was this part of, like, I remember when you were traveling and you were on an airplane before you took off, was there a point where your name got called out and stuff like that?
Yeah, so this is basically
was that before you took off, or was that when you landed?
This is when I landed back in the UK.
I'm sorry. You see, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just getting too much ahead. My bad, sis. But go on.
Basically, also, I jumped on the flight. So it was a connecting flight from Addis Ababa to Turkey, Istanbul. And in Istanbul, I was supposed to catch another flight, which was literally an hour between transit, if that makes sense. So I was really wanting to get back home, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
And like, as soon as I get to the board, like the gate for the next flight, the guys at the
we say no passport or something.
The guys at the gate was like, paper? No, get back! Literally. And I'm just there crying, like, what do you mean get back? Like, this is working. Like, please, I want to go home.
Yeah. And you're thinking at this point,
and I'm just, like, I'm actually just be like, please, I just want to go home. And then and then they were like, wait, we're gonna have to call up the Home Office to make sure that you're allowed to go back in. So please sit here. And then it took them, like, I was just like, can you please just come back within the hour so I can jump on this flight, if that makes sense. I don't want to wait anymore.
Yeah.
But no, it took too long. It took about an hour and a half for them to get back. And then I had to wait for another 5 hours for the next flight home. Honestly, as soon as I got on that second flight, I was crying like, oh my God, just please let me land safely in the UK. So we landed in the UK now, and I'm thinking, oh, thank the Lord I'm home, right? I'm thinking, calm. All I hear is, Smaisa! I went left, I went looked. I was like, what, me? You're calling little old me?
Yeah.
What, feds? Oh, Lord have mercy. And the whole flight just went look back at me like this, like, what is she on? What is she on? I come waddle off my flight, no bag, no nothing. Everybody's just looking at me. And I'm just hella self-conscious at this point because I don't have no deodorant. I'm smelling. I don't have another change of clothes. I'm thinking, I get off and the police take me straight to social services. And I was like...
So this was for safety reasons. They wanted to make sure that, you know, let's get her off this airplane as soon as possible and look after her. Yeah, 'cause I think that's actually really good, you know. I didn't even know they actually do that. And was this the social services that did this? Or was this
because I was under 18 at the time.
And they already knew about your story because of the Ethiopia when you've told them.
because the forced marriage unit.
Yeah,
So basically, because I was telling the people at the embassy, the consulate, they was getting people ahead. Like everybody was getting their manager. Because it was just like a mad story for them to even be like to hear it. They were like, "What? Okay, cool. Who do we need to contact? Who do we need to contact?" So they kept contacting a lot of people. So there was like, I got so social services alongside of other agencies as well.
That makes sense, but I think that is really a good because what can happen is as soon as you land, for example, you know, and you come out, you're the baggage claim. By the time you come out, you know, some family member could be then waiting for you there again and trying to, you know. So I think to grab you as soon as possible, right out of the, I think that was a good move.
Another thing, with Border Force, if you're coming into the UK and you're under 18, Border Force will never let you pass.
Oh, is it?
They won't.
Oh, even if you're traveling under 18?
Yeah, they'll be like, "Can I get your parents' number?" They'll get your parents' number, call
Actually,
them,
didn't know
whatnot.
this. So you can't travel under.
No, I mean coming back into the country.
Is it?
They need a parent. They need somebody. They're gonna have to call
Oh,
somebody.
just to verify.
Is this? Are you sure this is the kid? Who's waiting for them outside? And nobody's outside. What do you mean?
And someone has to collect this
somebody has to
person
collect.
from the.
It happened to me when I was 15, 16.
Oh.
I couldn't come. Like I came back. I was at the border. I was trying to go through. They were like, "Where's your parent? Call them now. What's the number?" They called them, and then they were speaking to them. They were like, "We can't let this person go through." They were like, "Yeah, her uncle's waiting outside. That's why." Da da da. And then they even asked for the uncle's number to confirm. And they were like, "Where are you? It was a whole thing.
Okay, so your uncle picked you up
Yeah,
when
my uncle
you.
picked when I was 15, 16 at the time.
At that time, but okay, cool, I got you. So this time, it was actually them that got you out,
social services straight.
and did you go straight to social services from there?
Social services.
Yeah, I think that was the right move, honestly, because for the things that you've actually dealt with, there was no way out. I think that would have been a perfect, summary of your
It would have
story.
been
Like,
perfect had it just stopped there. It would have been.
they
But
stopped where.
Like if I went to social services and I just cut the family off.
Yeah. Oh, you mean, yeah, just to stop everything from there, then onwards. I got you. So you come to social services. Now they are looking after you. They give you a place to stay. Got you some clothes. I remember they took you shopping and stuff like that. What is it like with social services? Are they actually very warm, welcoming? Because I don't know the experience, but maybe for the viewers that that don't have a way out or thinking about other things, and talk to me.
Honestly, social services is lonely as hell.
Yeah.
I think.
Was you in a room by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I was in a house full of 16, 17, 18-year-olds.
yeah.
Everybody had their own room. There was a few social workers on duty.
Yeah.
It was just...
And would you classify this a bit more as what was this place used to call I remember like YMCA or something, or YCMA?
Okay. So YMCA was like when I turned 18. So
Okay.
before that it was like an actual just social services.
Got you. And but they both similar basically, but just in different.
Yeah.
I got you. At what point did you get back in touch with your mom?
When I turned 18, moved into the YMCA, I was feeling really lonely, didn't have a lot of support system. Somehow, somebody got my mom somehow got in contact with me, found my number and stuff. And then I decided, let me just maybe try a relationship, see if it works out. Honestly, we started talking on the phone a little bit, making conversation here and there. Honestly, like, I love my mom, I'll be honest.
Mashallah.
And I just missed her at some point. So I just said everything that was going on for me. I said, and I went back to my mom in Birmingham.
Mm.
And that's how it happened, basically.
So you moved in?
Yeah, I moved back in.
Got you.
But at the time, it was just my mom. My dad was nowhere to be found.
Okay.
So I was just like, my mom was like, it's just me at the house, come. So I went. And then I was there for a few months and my dad turns up.
How did this happen though? Are you just in the house and out of nowhere he just comes in?
Yeah.
And you just see him?
You just randomly
How
see
did you
him.
feel?
Shocked,
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah, of course.
And then he then tries to assert his dominance. I'm the man of the house. This my house. What not the third? And then you're just like, but is it your house? Do you pay rent? Yeah, I was a cheeky little, to be honest. Anyways, she just went left. I think me and my mom had some kind of understanding. Now that I'm back at her house, I had a curfew of at 9 o'clock. I could come home before 9. Everything's all dandy. Go to college, study my stuff. Just keeping my head down, basically.
And you were just doing your thing.
I just did my thing.
And mom was happy with you.
My mom was fine.
Yeah.
Happy. We had a good relationship.
Got you.
It is what it is, basically. My dad comes in it, and then he just, as I said, he messes everything up. He came, I think it was the first weekend he was here, so he came like midweek. I didn't see him. I was busy doing my thing. Friday comes, he went Jummah. Friday is my off day because I didn't have no college that day usually. So I must have had a little tiff with my mom in the morning and that. And I usually be telling her what I'd be doing during the day, but because when I'm angry, we don't have conversations, so I didn't say anything. I just said bye and I left the house. So my dad calls me while I'm gone after like 3-4 o'clock, asking me, where are you? What do you mean your mom doesn't know where you are? Bring your to the house now. I said, okay. Did I go home? No. I went home at curfew 9 o'clock. My mom used to work in the evenings, so she'd left by then. By the time I came back, she wasn't at home. And I come home. My dad finds out I come home. He brings me downstairs. Yeah, and he starts shouting at me. What do you call this? This is not a hotel. This is a house. Da 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 da. And I said, yeah, I know. And I said, me and mom have an agreement. I'll be home before 9 o'clock. And I came home before 9 o'clock. This is not your mom's house. This is my house. And I was like, what? And then he ended up cussing me out, putting hands on me. And then eventually, but because I wasn't backing down, and I said, no, I'm not backing down, he ended up taking towards me and then chased me out the house.
Subhanallah. And did you ended up calling mom while...
Yeah, of course. Yeah. As soon as I stepped out of the house, I called her.
And then what did mom say?
She was like, oh my God, I told him not to speak to you. I'm so sorry. I'm on my way.
I feel like, your mom, like, bless her, like, because, we all, like, make certain mistakes and stuff like that. But I go back to the part where he tried to manipulate you and turn you against your mom. God knows what he could have told your mom about you and what he could have, said in terms of, just turning you two against each other. So the fact that your mom already said, I've told him not to talk to you, but yet he carried on doing that, and she's on her way, and she came home and...
She came home and yeah, I got angry at her. And I think that was my first time seeing my mom cry.
Did your mom know that he was actually coming?
I don't think.
Yeah. What was your reason for just just to ask, like, what was your reason? Why did you feel like, having a go at your mom and getting angry?
Because I came back to the house because she promised me I would be okay.
Mm, I understand. If she didn't know, I feel for your mom, but I also feel for you.
No,
Yeah.
it's just my mom was dealing with her own time, if that makes sense.
Mm,
So as much as she would have loved to guarantee me, she couldn't.
mm. Take your time.
It is what it is. I'm okay now.
Mm.
I'm okay. And I understand that my father is a horrible human being.
Did you get to see him after that day?
Yeah.
He kept coming to the house.
Yeah.
And was it the same recycle, like same problems over and over again, or did it stop there?
No, same problems always. I'm the issue.
Mm.
I've got problems.
When was the last time that you got to see your dad? And um, do you still get to see, like, I mean,
I
I know it's
think
so long ago, but
the last time I had any interaction, anyhow, anyway, was probably 2018. I wasn't even interacting with him. I hadn't spoken to him since 2015, to be honest.
mm,
But because 2018, I tried to commit.
mm.
I ended up in hospital. Um, and he was told about it. He ended up coming to the hospital room and take.
Well, there was no care, no loving. He still
Yeah,
took the
no,
mick.
he was taking a goddamn. The point where I was screaming, get him out, get him. I don't want to ever see him again. I don't want to hear his voice. I don't want to speak to him. Yeah.
You know, um, there's a saying that goes, Allah will deal with individual people accordingly. And I feel like there is a lot to come for your dad, because being a dad is just like a, just because someone has not even given birth to you, technically, if we're talking, but he is your dad, like, but I can't imagine, because I can't say to you, oh, I think you should make amends with your pops, or I think you should forgive your pops, or because I have not walked in your shoes. Do you know what I mean? And do you ever think that you could eventually be able to move on from this mentally and just forget about anything to do with your dad, and to be able to forgive him even without having to speak to him?
I don't think I can forgive him. However, I have moved on from it
Mm.
and I'm okay, alhamdulillah.
Yeah,
But whatever he did is between him and Ilahi,
of
his
course.
God.
Of course, yeah.
There's nothing else I can say.
Yeah. Because sometimes what people, someone said to me one time was, when you forgive, it also gives you like more of a breather, and you don't think about it. You've just completely moved on. But in your situation, I can't, like, how it's, we're human beings at the end of the day. So it's not something that's just easy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna forgive this person, and I don't even expect you to do that. But if you, like, first of all, like, I'll really, really commend you and
Thank you.
respect you a lot for being so brave to speak about this and telling your story, and for everyone that's actually watching this, uh, hopefully being able to take things from this. And one thing that parents need to understand is, don't ever lie to your kids, because that relationship could be broken. Kids are not forever going to be kids. you were 16 back then. Now you're twice as big as that, and you've grown so much. Do you know what I mean? So you're at that stage where you can defend for yourself, you can make decisions for yourself. There's no more do this or do that, you know. So I think parents have to be really careful, man, that the kind of things that they promise their kids, or false promises. We're gonna go on a holiday and it doesn't happen, or even as small as, you know, the older generation, they used to take kids over there and then just leave them over there. Do you remember those? And they'll go to Dubai, be like, yeah, we're gonna go on a holiday, and the next thing you know, oh, we're gonna take a little trip and see auntie, we're gonna be right back. Some people actually don't even know that they are on their way back home until they're actually in the airplane and they are actually on their way. Like, you see bare Marlies on the airplane. Now you know we're going to be landing in Hargeisa in the next 3.5 hours. I know like someone that has experienced that kind of, you know, experience.
Smart.
Yeah.
I think parents should understand that their children are human beings who have feelings, who have all types of ways of thinking and patterns, that they are not something that should be controlled. And you doing whatever that you want to do is a form of control without letting your kids know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Honestly.
No, you're 100% right.
I think.
Do you also feel like there should be more honesty, like in terms of be like, hey, look, I don't think you're doing well over here. Let's go back home for maybe a year or 6 months. Know the culture, know where you come from, learn the language. I think I would, you know, that would be more respected as opposed to, because they think more time the kids are going to say no. They're not going to be down for that, you know.
I think it's the way people portray it. So majority of everybody is known as like, oh, we're going to take you there. We're going to leave you with relatives. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Why would you leave somebody that is your family, that's known only your relationships, right? And you want to now dash them in some foreign country with foreign people that don't know the culture and anything? How do you think that person's going to mentally?
Yeah.
Why don't you take them? Why don't you all go as a family? Like, that's the thing is, like, I don't think I would have been so big mad if me and the whole family went to Somalia.
Yeah.
I weren't big mad me and the whole family went to Egypt.
Yeah.
I just wanted to finish my education and I would have been back. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never said no.
Yeah.
But it's the way people go about things that have long-lasting effects. That's what it is.
If you've been there with the family, it would have been no issue, you know. At least you would have had backing. You got people to speak to that you could actually relate with. Maybe your brother, your younger brother. You dealt with a lot of things like mentally, mental health, ADHD. Was there also there's this phrase
borderline personality disorder?
That's it, yeah. And was there one more, or was that everything?
No, it's PTSD.
I was gonna say, but I wasn't too sure.
I think PTSD was my first ever diagnosis with mental health.
Okay, cool. And when did you get diagnosed with that?
2014.
2014. Okay, cool. And do you take medication for that one, or?
No, I think with the PTSD, I did like therapy over the years, and it kind of helped subside the triggers and all of the issues.
Okay, and you've actually worked on that,
Yeah.
and mashallah. And in terms of the you know, the other mental health issues that you went through, talk to me about that. Like, do you deal with any episodes? Do you take medication for that?
Okay, let me explain borderline personality disorder. This is either a hereditary condition or it is it happens through nature, nurture versus, if that makes sense. So a lot of traumatic abuse growing up, like things like that, if that makes sense. And it's like your brain didn't develop how it was supposed to initially. So you have issues with abandonment, you have issues with emotional regulations, you have issues with disassociating, a lot of other things as well, like, and identity issues. It plays about with your day-to-day basis. And the episodes can last from 5 minutes to a couple of hours to a couple of days.
Right.
So yeah, so it's like short term, if that makes sense.
And does this happen daily or?
Yeah, daily.
Okay, I got you. And then you've got so we've covered two, and then the third one was the
ADHD.
yeah, and with that one, there's no medication or anything for that
No,
one.
I'm not
Yeah.
medicated for that
Okay,
one.
cool. I mean, we've spent today, like, I feel like you've been doing pretty, like, really good. Like,
Thank
I
you.
just want the viewers to know, like, knowing that you've got all these mental health issues and borderline, like, not once have I, do you know what I mean? You're doing so
I
well.
take my medication. Kids, take your medications.
That's it.
Honestly.
You know, sometimes people avoid actually taking medications and they think that's going to make them worse, or that's going to, you know. But is this also a temporary thing? So do you have to take this forever, or is this at some point this can stop?
I think for me, this is a lifelong thing.
Mm.
When I first got diagnosed, I was in denial for a whole year.
Mm.
I avoided those medications like the plague. But eventually, I think I crashed out, rock bottom. A year later, finally, I said, okay, what do I have to lose? Let me just try the medication. And honestly, the quality of life has been
Great.
100% better.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, I
Alhamdulillah.
can't complain. So I've been riding with them.
Sorry?
I've been riding with my
Yeah.
medications.
Oh, that's good. Any side effects?
There is, but can't
Not
complain.
major ones. Not major ones.
So basically, every 3 to 6 months, every 3 months for more time for me, I need to get ECG done. I need to get a blood panel and also check out my kidneys.
Right. Okay. No, honestly, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, honestly, make this all easier for you, guide you to the right path. I would also would love to, you know, get you in contact with, you know, some sisters that you can hopefully can connect with as well, that that, you know, you could sort of like have this peace with, and maybe, you know, share this journey with them as well, you know, and hopefully that will help. There's some amazing sisters doing amazing things, you know, who are also closer to the deen as well, you know. So inshallah that and also thank you so much, honestly, for being so brave, coming out here, speaking out and telling your story. And I know when we spoke on the phone, you wanted your story to be heard because you feel like there's so many young girls that are right now dealing with this as well, and hopefully sending that message out. So honestly, respect you for that. And what some of the last messages would you have that you would just want to say, either to the viewers or to any last message? And you can look into that camera there and take your time.
Thank you for listening to my story today. I appreciate you lot. I really don't have anything else just to say.
That's absolutely fine. For any young sisters that were at that age, we're talking 15, 16, 17, that have actually dealt or are actually currently dealing with a similar situation as yours, what would you say to them? What advice would you have for them as well?
Please speak up. If it's not your mom, your auntie. If it's not your auntie, your grandma. Speak up. Literally speak up.
Regardless
of the situation, whether it be to social services, whether it be to anybody, a friend, an older cousin, just speak, my girl. That's all it is, because nobody would know how to help you, or if you need help, if you don't speak up. And a lot of these things and these stories happen behind closed doors. Funnily, it's not even funny, but me speaking up about my story, which happened 15, 16 years ago,
none of my family members knew the full extent of my story until I went on YouTube and told my story. So speak up.
You're okay. You're okay. I'm really trying to hold this together. Um, guys, if you've made it this far, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please hit this like, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell for future episodes, and thank you guys for watching. In regards to Sumaia, I really appreciate her for being so brave. You almost got me emotional, I'm not gonna lie to you. Her story has really touched me in different ways, and yeah, young girls, like, really listen to what she had to say. Honestly, be like, do speak up, trying to seek help. If you've got no one that you can lean on to, if you need to escape, do that. You've only got Allah with you, and hopefully will guide you. But please make sure you seek help and you do speak up. But I thank you guys for watching and making it this far. So click that like, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell for future episodes. And also, please, we're gonna put Sumaia socials here in the description below as well. Unless you also want to give out any of your socials, Insta, TikTok.
Insta, YouTube, TikTok, they're all the same. I see Sumaia, ISEESUMAIA. I see Sumaia, and you'll find me on everything. Like, you'll find me on everything. If you want to watch the full my life story, it's on YouTube. There's like 6 parts out, I think. So yeah.
Make sure you guys watch that story as well. She does really go into a lot of depth with that story, and a lot of information that you guys can take from that as well, inshallah. But until next time, I appreciate you guys. It's your boy Rakeem here with Sumaia, and I'll see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.